Let me do it. You wanna talk about it? We gon' talk about it. You wanna talk about it? That Hollywood of the South. We gon' talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We gon' talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We gon' talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. Hollywood, Hollywood. Let me do it. WCEG, Hollywood of the South. We gon' talk about it. That Hollywood of the South. We gon' talk about it. That Hollywood of the South.
Yeah, you are listening to WCEGTalkRadio.com, the worldwide community empowerment group, where we speak life into the community. I'm Wardell Richardson, your show host on WCEGWOOD, the Hollywood of the South, for the next 2 hours. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at WCEG_talk_radio. That's at WCEG_talk_radio. Call in. Skype us at 678-619-1402. That's 678-619-1402. We look forward to your questions, comments, or concerns. So let us hear from you at 678-619-1402. We're your 501c3 nonprofit community radio station. Please make your tax-deductible donations via our website or call our business office at 404-490-8646 to keep quality talk radio on the air. Last but not least, the topics and opinions are the show hosts and guests and not those of WCEGTalkRadio.com. So what's up? I am Wardell Richardson, your host for tonight, and I got a beautiful co-host and a beautiful guest in here. It's gonna be rocking, y'all. Before I get into my announcements, I'm gonna go ahead and announce to you my co-host for this evening, Miss Natasha Mays. What's going on?
What's good, y'all?
First of all, I'm glad that you came on to the show.
Thank you.
I've been following you for a long time. You've been doing your thing. I'm like, okay, and then you've been working on your own project.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So right now I have like 5 jobs. We were just talking about how you have to have multiple streams of income.
Right.
So I do work a regular corporate job like everyone else. My passion and why we're here is, music and entertainment. I am the chief marketing officer for an independent label called Para Music Group.
Okay.
So we help artists that are already established get in the market, do the advertising, the market, the placement, and things of that nature. I also do marketing on the side. So I do that for whether it be entertainers, artists, behind the scenes, help them with placement.
Okay.
I act.
Right.
Yeah. So I got some projects I'm doing now, some independent projects. And I write. I have a writing partner, Jael the Great. So I want to give her a good shout out.
Okay.
So we're writing and working on a sitcom. And, here I am. I'm hosting with you.
All right, then. So
it is.
Now, do you want to tell a little bit about your project? Like
a little bit about it.
Because people funny about that. I'll be like, tell us a little bit, and then they're either going to tell us too much, or they're going to tell us too little.
So I think, so for one project I'm working on, and it's near and dear to my heart, I'm working on a project that has to do with sex trafficking.
Okay.
And
so, that's huge now.
Yes,
oh,
that's
my
huge.
God.
So I can't say too much of the plot, like you said,
because
it's an independent film. But and so I do have a character where I do play a part, and everyone plays a role in in the industry in looking at sex trafficking, whether you know it indirectly or directly. So either you turn the eye or you're actually involved. And so so I'm really excited about that project. We just started at the end of last year. And the next project I'm working on has to do with HIV and AIDS.
Okay.
And so
you're doing some real good stuff.
So
sentimental things.
So sentimental, it's got to be near and dear to your heart. So pre-production on that, we just had a casting. And, follow me on IG,
okay.
Princessa T. Mays. And, I'll be putting tidbits on it. But you don't want to take too much because, it only gives the plot away.
Right.
But most of the projects that I'm involved in now have to be something of substance of value.
Gotcha.
And here in the industry in Atlanta, you find a way to make one.
Right.
And so you're not waiting for someone to put you on. I'm working with actual actors, producers, first time, people that have been in the industry for a while. But, we are working and not waiting for someone to put us on. We're not waiting for, casting director or
Right.
agency to, knock on the door and say, here's a role. So these are people that have written their scripts, have gotten their crew together, are working with editors, and, everyone else is
Right.
all trying to make it. So I like that. And they have
Yeah.
substance to their projects.
And that's dope because that's big right now in Atlanta. Everybody, because I'm launching my film company, Rain Dance Films.
Yes.
Have a lot of projects under my belt, ready to roll. I'm just working on some finalizing of some things, but I will be launching my film company real soon. A lot of people waiting on it. It's coming. I promise y'all, it's coming. So before I get to our guests, because we gonna get to you. We gonna get to you. I want to go ahead and announce a few announcements. Natasha can fall right into this when I'm giving them out. On March 3rd, we will be having the 5th Annual Youth Empowerment and Excellence Awards for kids. Man, this right here is so big to me because I have a heart for our kids nowadays. There's so many of them getting lost, so many of them going through whatever they're going through, whether it's parents, separating, things they see, things they've experienced. It's crazy. And so what we're doing at this event, Marcella, she is the bomb when it comes to this. She's a matriarch when it comes to working with these kids. She is honoring those kids, with awards for the excellence and the things that they're doing well in. And I think that's awesome because that pushes them and gives them a better platform and gives them that oomph to say, I want to do more. I want to stay out the streets and focus on basketball or acting or whatever it is that they're doing. So I think that's awesome. It will be at the Port of Sanford Performing Arts and Community
I've been
Center.
there.
Oh, yeah, it's a really nice theater, right? 3181 Rainbow Drive, Decatur, Georgia, 30034. Tickets are on Eventbrite. ITEE presents 5th Annual Youth Empowerment and Excellence Awards. Then, on February the 10th, which is before March 3rd, but February the 10th, Chill Zone Entertainment and Metro Boys will be doing an ATL Jam Tour. K-Chill is the founder of the Atlanta Actors Awards. So he is doing some major things, and this list, if you from Atlanta,
You on there, aren't you?
Oh man,
See?
please.
So he's doing who wants
Back
to
in
his
the
own horn.
day, I used to be up in the studio back in
little
the
something,
back there, way back there.
Doing a little something.
But if you're from Atlanta, you know
No.
something. You know this. Nah, a little something. If you're from Atlanta, then you know Splat Pack.
Yep.
If you're from Atlanta, you know who Splat Pack is. They would be the headliners for the show. It's Weather from Cut Close. She's got some great music coming out, and we got special guest Ivy Ray, Boondock Holmes, who is the one that created that awesome intro to our show.
Cut Close. Where they been at? Where?
They have been.
Yeah.
They've been still doing their thing. And Tabitha is a good friend of mine, and she's been in here twice. And so she is doing a solo project.
Okay.
So it's good. It's fine. I've seen a couple of performances, and she will be performing at this event. As well as Ivy Ray, Boondock Holmes, who created the intro once again, Mr. Flamboyant, and DJ Michael London. This will be going down at Club Fusion, 5851 Buffington Road, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
On March 23rd, which is the best day on here for me because it's my birthday.
Happy
We
birthday
throwing
to
down
you.
at the Firefly in Alpharetta, Georgia, 3070.
Come out.
3070. Oh, everyone's invited. Everyone's invited. Come and hang out with me. 3070 Windward Plaza, Alpharetta, Georgia, 30005. Michael London will be on the ones and twos. We got a live band. It's gonna be going. It's gonna be down, y'all. It's gonna be. I'm telling you. Come hang out with me. I'm gonna start promoting this tomorrow probably if I got to fly.
So tomorrow.
But come out and hang out with me on March 23rd. Hey, this is the first birthday party I've ever had as an adult.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay? So you got to come hang out with me. It's going to be fun. April the 7th is the 3rd Annual Atlanta Actors Awards at the Port of Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center once again. Tickets are on Eventbrite, and for more information, you can call 678-235-1611. I will be honored at the Atlanta Actors Awards this year. I was honored last year.
Get it.
I am very happy about this. This is
And tell them why you're honored, because you're just so modest and stuff. Tell them why. He says try to gloss over it. Go ahead, because I follow you.
I'm honored because I've been working really hard. There's a lot of projects out. I have filmed this one particular film called The 30-Day Rule that is out right now. If you go look it up on Instagram.
30 Day?
The 30-Day Rule.
Okay.
If you go look it up on YouTube, the whole film is on there. The entire film. Look it up.
Look it up.
Everybody I sent it to, call me back, man. This is hilarious because it's a romantic comedy. It's funny. It's got some great people in it, some great actors. We put it down. I also have movies. We also have movies on Amazon, in Walmart.
We got to talk about that later. After we talk, we're gonna circle back about how that happens.
We'll talk about that. But you mentioned a movie that you're doing based on sex trafficking, and I did a movie a few years ago called Flesh, based off sex trafficking.
See?
And it's one of those hardcore. You cannot watch it with kids.
Yep, that's how
at
it
all.
is. That's what
it's like rape scenes, all kind of stuff. So I'm just letting you know, give you a heads up. If you watch that, it's crazy. But
that's what it is.
It is.
We don't gloss over it and make it soft. I mean, people want to feel good about stuff like that because they don't want to see it. But the reality is, it's not. It's not, and more stories need to be told like that.
Right, and we're gonna get into this some more because this woman across the table for us is very much into that kind of stuff. Okay. So we definitely gonna get into that. And the last thing is, of course, WCEGWOOD is doing a trip to Jamaica. Hey, on the 13th through the 17th. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. First of all, what happens in Jamaica stays in Jamaica. Always remember that. Number 2, if you came to relax, wind down, walk along the beach, kick the sand.
That's not happening.
It ain't happening on this trip. It's not going to happen. This is a party event. We doing boat party, day parties. I'm talking about, this is a no-sleep trip. You rest when you get back from the trip. Just take an extra day off to sit home, relax, eat some cookies, some bonbons, put your hair up, and watch TV. Because you're not going to want to rest on this trip. We got something planned almost every day. So if you want to come, the flyers just got made. I haven't posted them yet. I will be posting them tomorrow morning. We will have the information on that for you to contact. It'll be all exclusive, right, Penny? Everything all together. Flight. Oh, he already have it on the site. So, so it's all in the rooms and flights and everything. You can get it all together with the number that is on the flyer. You call in, they will set you up. The rooms are around $100 a night, right? Around $100 a night. Before they sell out. If they sell out, we have other hotels for you to go to. I can't guarantee it's going to be $100 a night, but I can guarantee you if you jump on this now, those rooms are around $100 a night. So please, come hang out with us. I will be going live from Jamaica on the 13th through the 17th of June. It's going down.
It's going down.
Now, finally done with the announcements.
Housekeeping done. Who are we talking to today?
Oh, man. Does she need an introduction?
Go ahead and
I don't even think Kathy. I don't even think she needed. Kathy, tell all Taylor what is going on.
Hey.
First of all, I'm
How did you get that tagline? How did you get that how'd you get that tagline? Did you give it yourself or somebody give it to you?
I gave it to myself.
There it is.
Happened. God always speaks to me in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I jumped up 3 o'clock in the morning.
There it is.
I got it.
And you stuck with it.
Yep. That's how it happened. That's how everything happens.
It does, don't it?
Yeah.
Hey, you got to believe in yourself before anybody else will. That's what I say. Create your own image.
That's right.
Just do it like that.
And I've always been the one that everyone always contacts. Or let me know this, or tell me this, or how do I do this? So I've always been the one that everybody, come to for advice or everything. So
why do you think that? Just easy to go, easy to talk to, confident?
Just easy to talk to, listener, being the middle child.
Okay.
So I was always the go-to person with my brother, my sister, my family. I think just being in the middle of everything.
Right.
And they usually say the middle child gets lost. That's funny. I have a younger sister, but
Not this child.
Tell us a little about yourself, like where you from, how you got, if you're not from here, how you got here, and why you here.
Born in Chicago.
oh
Windy
my
City.
goodness.
Well, I know you glad you're not there right
Oh,
now.
I'm so glad. I don't know much about Chicago.
Right.
Because I was raised here
Oh, okay.
in Georgia. So we moved here when I was young. So
Oh yeah,
Georgia
you're
is all I know,
Right.
other than it's cold.
You're a
in
Georgia
Chicago.
peach.
It's
You're
a
a Georgia
certified
peach.
peach.
Yes.
We've adopted you. Me too.
So you know Splat Pack then.
Yes.
All right then. Well, if you know Splat Pack, then you from Georgia.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Georgia is home. Chicago I only spent for during the summers,
Okay.
with my grandmother. But
And they're beautiful there. Do they still have the taste of Chicago there?
Yes.
Still? Yes. I remember that.
I went to Chicago one time, and I was not far from, what's that place? Is it Copernic Green or whatever?
Yeah,
Is that-
Copernic Green.
Yeah. And so I was asleep, and then boom, boom. And I was like, what is that? They said, that's Copernic Green up the road. I said, where y'all got me at?
you don't even have to be there. A couple years ago, I was
They tore
there
it down now.
when my father passed away,
Okay.
and it was 4th of July,
Mhm.
and I just remember being there. I was already stressed out, and I'm hearing all of this pop, 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 and I'm like, I have to go home. I can't stay here. And they were popping firecrackers in the trash can. I said,
Oh, wow. We got a call coming in.
uh-oh. Well, I'm about to blow up the phone.
You're on WCEGWOOD. Wardell speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, this is Deetra Gary.
Hey, Deidre.
Hi, Kathy.
Call in.
Call in, why don't you? You got on the show good. Do it, girl.
Hey, Deetra. Thanks for
Hi,
calling
everybody.
in. Hi, how are you?
Doing awesome. How are you guys?
Hey, wonderful. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, I'm so excited. I had to call in. I'm one of the women in Women on the Rise All Access.
Okay,
that
okay.
Kathy is over, and let me tell you something about this lady.
Mhm.
You're looking at her, and she looks like this all the time. I just got off your live feed. Okay, I was like, what? Who's up on the radio like this? But she's like this all the time. And when I say she's an example, and for all of us, the whole group of us, and we're just so proud of her and the things that she has taught us.
Oh,
even
that's
in the
what I'm
time
talking
that
about.
we've done, so many different events and things of that such. She's an amazing woman. So
We couldn't
I'm
even get to the
excited for her.
introduction. They got
No, they
calling
just.
in already.
Hey, she done did your introduction for me. I don't need to say nothing else.
Look at this.
Thank
You
you.
right on time. Look at that. Look at
Thank
God.
you, Deetra, for calling in.
Thanks,
No
Deidre.
problem.
I love you. I appreciate you so much.
No problem.
We got an
You guys
exciting
have a
event
great
coming
one.
up.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that's what happened when you're popular. You know what I mean?
I'm
Look,
trying
why
to
you
be
said
like
that? Why you? They're like, me?
Because I'm really shy.
Look at that, please.
You said that to me before, and I'm just like, shy about what?
Yeah. I am great one-on-one. So this is actually, a breakthrough for me. Doing interviews and having to speak all the time. I'm like, I have people for that. I have my clients.
See,
who I
that's
force to do.
that's what people who are ballers say.
I have people for that. I want to get to that
Right.
status. But how your people call my people?
See,
Not like that.
hey, you said it. I was just going out where you said. Did y'all hear that?
I
heard
have
what you
clients
said.
who do interviews,
Okay.
who host red carpets,
Mm-hmm.
who do, those things. So that's usually not me.
So let's talk about that. So we talked a little bit about where you're from. So let's
Right.
talk about how you even got to that, because this is an industry where you cannot be shy. So so you're like an introvert / extrovert. So let's talk about how you even got there, because you have a great disposition, but you are automatically, I can tell, can take control and take charge. So like,
look
how
at
did
that.
you get that?
She
How
done
did-
read you
I know,
already.
already. So how do you get there? How do you get there, and how for someone with your personality?
I've always been a leader.
Okay.
So, like I said before, usually people would always come to me for advice.
Yep.
And even far as my management side of doing my business, hey, shout out Tell All Inc. in the house. It's always people would contact me and say, I need your help. I need your advice. Can you do this? Can you help me with this? And I just said, this is a business.
This
Right.
is a business. It's
Right.
taking up your time.
Yes. I'm like, I'm giving therapy sessions. I'm counseling. I'm coaching. So
And so were you always in the mix, or so we'll talk a little bit about how you put on events and how you got to the consulting, and
Right.
I don't want to give your whole bio
Come
out
on,
now.
do it.
But,
Do it.
But how did you get, so it's one thing to be a person that's that people can receive, but it's another thing to take that from, as you stated, I'm receiving this and people are coming to me, and now how do I turn that into a business? So how did you get from that step to?
actually, my background, I was doing mortgages. I was a general manager for a mortgage company.
Oh my goodness.
And when the industry tanked,
Isn't that how it always is? When
It
you
is, yeah.
start getting creative. I think we
Right.
both can attest to
and
that.
I've
Right.
always been creative. Even when I was working for the mortgage company, I was behind the scenes doing the marketing. If you've been in Atlanta a long time, you probably know Caversham Financial. We
Yeah.
did all of the radio advertisement. So I
Wow.
was usually behind the scenes putting the events and the different things together, coming up with creative slogans.
Okay.
And the radio stations was running with it. They were getting T-shirts done. We did a house giveaway. So I was always implementing things and putting myself in the middle of something. So
So
it
And you use
kinda-
those contacts.
yeah, is that a passion for you? Because I know that you have. Was that the itch that got you doing event planning for so many different people and other events?
I'm very creative. I like to think outside the box. So yes, when the industry started to shift for me, I said, I need to do things myself.
else.
I would
Right.
always get the phone calls of, can you help me put my daughter's birthday together? Can you do this? So I was doing a lot of free stuff back then. I was just doing because I loved it.
Right.
So if it came to decorating someone's house, they would call me, hey, what do you think about this? Or putting colors together. So
I think that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Word of mouth first.
Right.
Word of mouth.
That's
So
the best way.
Yeah.
yeah, that's still my way.
Right. That's the best way because, once your name, it's different but from posting something
Yeah.
Correct.
than someone saying
Yes.
that person, you need to get that person. They're going to help you with whatever you're trying to do because that follows with a
Correct.
name. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. That's real big. Now, you stepped over into some other fields.
Yes.
Producing.
Transition.
Producing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of just happened.
Why you so
Why
now
you
you acting shy?
now, come on now. It just happened. You're going to have to let our listeners know how it happened because, I think what a lot of people don't know is that they have a lot of, life throws curveballs at them. I was in the industry as well way back before I had a daughter, and life changes and things happen. So getting laid off and people say, oh, my goodness, what do I do? And so you looked at that. And you said, hey, I'm in the mortgage, but what else can I do? And you creatively tapped into the things you were doing. So
Correct.
after you do that, people want to say, I have a passion for this, but I don't know how to go from my box to stepping outside of my box. So what was your pivotal moment? What was that moment you said, okay, besides just the market tanking, and this is it, and I want to go from here, and I know that I'm not just kind of good at it because people are coming to me, that I know it's my passion. How did you take it from that step to this is now going to become my business? And then we're going to talk about how you transition because you're
Right.
trying to skate around the
Yeah.
bush.
She-
We want to know how you
yeah.
transition.
You picked that out, right?
We're trying to take notes right over here. I'm trying to take notes.
Hey, you guys. I'm sitting
in the
there
hot
with
seat.
Natasha. You know what?
hot
So remember
seat.
her, okay?
Yeah.
Actually, aha moment, and most people don't know this little story, but in the middle of transition, I worked for a company here in Atlanta. I was doing just some temporary work with them, and working with females. And this particular female, she just had it out for me. Yes. And, it was hard because I was doing everything right, everything good. And a lot of times when you are an attractive woman, you have your stuff together and you're doing everything else becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And this particular day, I'll never forget. We're
We're going to touch on that some more because I want to ask y'all a question based off what you're saying.
It was around my birthday. I'll never forget. And I was also doing, at the time, some network marketing. And I was going out of town, actually. We were going to a conference. And I went to work for half a day. I was scheduled for half a day. And she told me, if you leave, there may be an issue. You're probably not coming back. I've already asked for the time off. It was approved. Pretty much the office was out because they were on jet somewhere, doing parties with girls. And
right.
I won't even say the company name. Lord, forgive them. I left, and I'm on my trip. Never forget, I was with, actually, Montel Jordan and his wife. We were, and my husband, we were at a conference. And I got a phone call to say, hey, that will be your last day. And I said, you know what? Thank you. I did the shout dance right there. And I never.
Oh my goodness, that happened like that. I think I'm gonna. You might have cried for like 5 seconds and said,
I didn't.
I'm over it.
I was actually with the people that I needed to be with for that to happen. And I remember, Kristen was one of my dearest friends, and she said, "Okay, Boogie, it's gonna be all right." And I just remember a relief, because I'm really not the type who really needed a boss, because I am a boss.
See,
Right.
she all stressing it now.
But she, you know how she did? She played it so smooth though, Miss Shy. And this is the funny part about you, because when I call you, you always answer the phone. You always do, or you'll call me right back. And that's one thing I would say about you, very professional about that. And the second thing is, I be like, what's up, busybody? You be just like, I am not busy. And every time I see you on social media, you here, you there, you're all over the place. And I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, I know you're probably somewhere now. You just went to the side to answer your question. So, with that being said, women on the rise.
Yes.
That has been, first of all, I want you to let us know how that got started and what it is.
Women on the Rise, it's a docu-series that originally Mike and I created. I had to do the Legendary Awards.
Okay.
So it was a Legendary weekend, and it was a conference happening. And Mike, true story, chased me for a whole year on Instagram, hitting me up every day. I want to work with you. And I was just like, nope. So finally I said, if you want to work with me, show up at this event, film it, and then we'll go from there and talk. So he showed up, and while we were there, we're sitting in there and we're watching everybody on their phones. So here's a conference with notable people speaking, and everybody's on their phone. And I'm like, we need to create something, because it's one thing when you have the speakers. See, they become the important ones. But then everybody else in the audience are just as important, but they don't have the voice.
Right.
So we took that and ran with it to create a voice for the other women. So Women on the Rise became the docuseries that, gave a voice to usually the ordinary people who wouldn't normally get a chance to have a voice. So we wanted to highlight, these women to say, I am just important, firsthand. A lot of people who don't know me will walk past, not speak. They don't know all of the things that I do. So they may look at me like, oh, okay, it's just her. Or because I'm usually busy, I'm helping. So I may even be the help that day. Until someone introduced, hey, you should meet Kathy, and she does this. And then it's like, oh, hey, oh, my gosh, I didn't know you did all this.
Right.
And it's offensive, really. So,
Treat the janitor and the CEO the same.
Correct.
Exactly. You never know that janitor could be CEO one day.
Correct.
I always tell people to be humble in this industry, man. I've run across a lot of people in this industry. They'll do one little commercial and think they God's gift to acting. And I just be like, really, man? Like, you okay, I'm going to let you have that. But at the end of the day, you remember those people.
Correct.
When as soon as they walk in, it's funny because they remember what they say. They remember what they say.
Absolutely.
And they drop, their mouth just drop like, because now you sitting in front of me and I know you,
Well, 2019, they're all getting called out.
Oh.
So.
Well, with that being said, I want you to clear the air on some things.
Okay.
While we here.
All right.
Because there was some stuff going on with Women on the Rise, a lot of craziness. And I just want.
See, why you gotta say craziness? You already.
I'm about to say.
Come on, bring it.
because
He's setting the
I
stage
want her to.
crazy.
I just want her to clear the air on it because we talked about this already. And what has happened is when Women on the Rise came out and everything was going the way it was going, it took off like that. You know, because I know so many people who were involved with it.
Correct.
And then of course when something goes high like that, then everybody have questions. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So I wanted you to clear the air because there was a lot of rumors and speculations going around about Women on the Rise, and I want you to tell your point of view on what Women on the Rise was all about and to clear that rumor about that because they were saying it was they saying it was fake, it was staged, it was this, it was that, it was all kind of stuff.
Okay, so the first thing is, what's fake? What's staged? Because everybody showed up, was a part. Women on the Rise was simply a docuseries that gave women a chance to share tidbits or a little bit of their story. Right. And we were going to put it out there for the world to see. Right. Point blank, period. Okay. So a lot of the stuff, it's a scam.
Yeah. So
this.
for people that haven't seen it, so give us an example before you get into. So give us an example of like maybe a snippet of maybe a story.
We had over 400 entries, and we had over a little over 150 ladies that came to the castings that we did the cast announcements for. Okay. And each had their own individual story, which could be some sex trafficking, rape stories. You had CEOs, we have doctors. So, and they each got a chance to tell their story. The issue that what I really had a problem with is you are given a chance to tell your story, and it was just for us to put it out there to air it so the world, a platform. You have to already have substance in you to create what you need to do for you. This is one avenue.
It's a docuseries. It's not something I've
This
written.
is not it wasn't a reality show.
Right.
It was never intended to be a reality show. It was for those to show up, just tell a little bit of, their story so people to get to know them. Correct. That who would normally not get the chance, on TV to just get a chance to say who you are and show who you are. So all of the ladies, when I'm hearing scam, it's offensive because none of the ladies spent not $1. So that money is coming out of our pocket. See, the problem is if you're in production, film, there's a camera crew, there's the place, there's money being spent, but it didn't come from any of them. So for me, shut it down. I don't even want to hear it. Right. So we took the footage that we recorded and we put it out there, just so people can see. And it was creating a buzz because there is a bigger picture and it's still going on down the line. And it's really making awareness to there are a lot of us, and I put myself in that, who are doing phenomenal things that people just don't know about because we're the hidden gems. Right. Because
have a history or have overcome. So
Correct.
We're talking about like the whole R. Kelly thing, things like that, where people are saying they had such a hard life, and that it becomes an excuse as to why you are not, why you're not succeeding. But I'm sure.
Correct. And I told the story when we did the cast announcement. I had a young lady. One of the ladies contacted me on my Instagram, and she sent me a message asking was I available because she talked to me. And this particular day, I'm not sure. I'm not busy, And she reached out to me, and she's on the phone crying, and she's like, I can't believe you answered the phone, and I can't believe you're answering the phone. And I'm like, why? You asked to speak to me. I mean, here we are. Right. And she said that she had been following me, watching my post, and, she appreciated me for being a blessing and sometimes speaking the truth when people don't want to hear the truth. Okay. And she said that she was in the process of getting ready to commit suicide. And I became that light for her. And she said me answering the phone saved her life. And it just took me back. So everything that this Woman on the Rise was about, and she's one of those ladies. Right. that one moment was worth it for me with everything else. So, and that's what I'm saying. We don't know how we're going to affect somebody's life or, you know, what the impact would be. So that one thing for me was big. It was just huge, regardless of anything else or what everybody had to say, because everybody was given an opportunity. And just like with any other opportunities, we watch reality shows all the time, and some people take their opportunity on that show and create other shows and do other things. And that's what this is. Correct. But we lose focus of what things really are, because we want it to really change our life, and it's up to us to change our life.
Well, first thing I want to say is thank you for being transparent on that, because I wanted you to tell your part. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only part.
Be clear, right?
This is just the truth.
You know, it's the only part, and I wanted people to hear your truth behind what was going on.
Call me.
Now that now that leads us into Women on the Rise, VH2.
I have also now we're doing VH2 All Access. So I know with Women on the Rise, a lot of the ladies, they only had 2 or 3 minutes to tell a little bit of the story. So I've created All Access, which would give people more insight of just who the ladies are. Okay. So with it, we've been doing events. So really producing, I've been doing it through my events anyway. So they just have
real modest, because like, oh, I'm just producing.
No, she sound modest every time she say so.
I'm just producing. It just happens. Like, come on. It takes effort. It takes a lot.
Producing is hard work.
Yeah, people don't understand. So, you know, walk us through what that looks like.
Because producing, I tell people all the time, producing is that person who produces. They're really the one who orchestrates the entire project. So yeah, like she said, it's
producing and coordinating the events is kind of like the same. So for me, it's really the creative side. So usually people are, you don't sleep or you don't eat. I'm usually up being creative and thinking
working
how to do this. So even Women on the Rise, I mean, it started off one way, and
how
then
did you coordinate? So like you talked about, I mean, you kind of glossed over, but you know, we talk about transitioning, but how did you, after you got the 150 people, and then you said, okay, these are the people that I feel like they could really have a voice, or people would resonate?
Actually, it started, we were only going to choose a few ladies to do this project with.
Okay.
And when you sit in the room, and it kind of reminded us of like American Idol. We had the ladies come in the room, and you know, I had my team there. We interviewed
some crazy
them.
ones up in there?
No, not really. But once you bring people in and you get to hear their stories, and Mike and I sat and, you know, it was like, wow, there's a lot of amazing women here. You can't just choose one. And see, that's the crazy part. So when it transitioned from being a few to many, and see, they don't know the backstory with that, it wasn't about, it became bigger than what we even imagined. So sometimes transition happen when you're doing things. So I just didn't want to highlight just a few of the ladies. We wanted to include everybody, give everybody a voice.
Because everybody has a different story.
Correct.
Right.
So you got that together, you got all the people, and now you're doing, as you said, docuseries. And then talk about what, you know, so I think, you know, to help clear the air without, you know, going too much deep is, you know, to dispel also the rumors, is there's a difference between docuseries and reality. So, you know, so talk about, you know, how you allowed people to be themselves, because reality, what people don't realize, it's not reality.
Correct.
It's scripted reality. I am guiding you, and I'm going to throw a situation out here, and I'm going to push your buttons, and that's one of the reasons why I've never tried to go to reality. But so docuseries is exactly that. But I'm, you know, you tell us.
The biggest thing that we heard, the ladies, a lot of them thought the cameras were going to follow them around. You saying scam? Do you know how much it costs to have cameras following you around? Are you serious? Well, docuseries is that. I mean, it becomes a project. It's just that. And when it's done, it's done.
It's done. Yeah.
I think
not-
people see so much reality show on TV that if you say anything even associated or even sound like reality, they
Or
think
real people.
Right.
When people hear reality, they think real people and it's going to be real, but
Correct.
it's not reality like we talk about. It's scripted
Correct.
situations where docuseries, it is real people and it's literally in their elements. So sometimes it's entertaining and sometimes it's not, which is why
Right.
people prefer more reality-based things because what? You get a lot more of what they, as you stated, some of the fake stuff, some of the.
See, I
which
didn't have to say it.
See,
I didn't have to
know you
say
said, I know
it.
you did. I'm looking at you. I know because you say here you're proving my point.
Yes.
That's where you can differentiate where it's not fake. It's because this is an essence. This is this person, and there's nothing else to
We wanted the raw. So a lot of it is when the ladies came in. I mean, we seen women walk out crying or emotional, or I received a lot of phone calls, and that's what we wanted. You know, just be who you are, because the world needs to know your story, and you're going to save somebody else's life. So we didn't want it to be scripted. It wasn't a reality. We're not following you around with cameras. It was never intended to be that. So a lot of times when, you know, I would see it out there, oh, it's a reality. And
Right.
if you contacted me directly, no, it's not a reality. All of the ladies received an email of exactly that. This is a docu-series.
but
But
there is a difference.
they don't read the information.
most people don't.
Yeah.
Most
so,
people don't. They'll read the first beginning.
and what's crazy, I also probably put in every email, if you have questions,
Call me.
call me.
and everybody.
My number has been on probably everything. It's been on flyers. And what's amazing, you know, the ladies will get together and gossip. And I'm
Right.
like, you will turn something great
Positive. Mm-hmm.
into something negative, and I don't even roll like that.
Would you do it over or would you do it
Absolutely.
differently? So
I
some
would-
people say no,
Yeah.
and they say you said you didn't skip a
Right.
beat. Absolutely.
You know why?
What would you do differently?
I know why. Go ahead and say why.
Well,
You gonna tell her why? Because you already observed. Like, why?
because it's changing lives.
right.
And even the second phase of right now that we're doing the all access, I mean, I'm hearing the ladies, just like you heard Dietrich call in, that's real.
Right.
I mean, her feelings. This past weekend, I did an event with the ladies, and it was called a mask off event. And those ladies had an opportunity to, I introduced them through like a nickname. It could have been their business or whatever. And they did a fashion show, and then they had the opportunity to come and say something about going into 2019, something they want to do better, something they want to let go, a little bit of their story. And then they took the mask off and introduced who they really are. And they were saying how empowering that moment, you know, was for them. And then a lot of the, you know, the people in the guests that were there were clapping and praising. And I was like, Miss Kathy, thank you so much, because a lot of times it's creating opportunities that they would have never had a chance, you know,
Right.
to have.
You know, I say all the time that I think negativity. I think negativity all the time. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you do something positive and nothing negative follows that, then you have to ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Because haters...
negativity or not you should say
Haters...
negativity.
No, I don't mean
He said, I
negativity.
got this.
But I'm saying haters. Like, if you don't have haters, you got to reevaluate your situation, because there are some people that
Yeah.
will pray for you, and there are people that will
Right.
pray against you
Right.
all the time. And you know, I do so much to help people and stuff as well. I deal with domestic violence. I help move people from state to state, women, kids, everything, all kind of stuff. And I hear negative things about myself. And I'm just like, really? Okay.
Isn't that
You
funny?
know, but I love it. I just be like, okay, if I'm that powerful enough to have them in their mind when they want to talk about me, go right ahead, have at it. And I feel like people who talk about you, they don't talk about people who are not doing that.
Nothing.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fuel for me. It
Yeah,
just gets me going.
it is.
And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to kill you with this one. Wait for this one to come. You know, so
Right.
I just grace through it. I mean, in the industry, you're going to have people who love you, who like you, and who dislike you. And I welcome it all. I mean, because I will let my work speak for itself.
So I'm going to ask y'all as women.
Uh-oh.
This is for both of y'all. Because when you first was talking about women on the rise, and you mentioned how a lot of women have negative things to say and stuff, you know, women get jealous or whatever. in so many words. Then she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she was right along. So explain to me. Because, see, I'm a man.
Explain it.
I'm a man. Oh, man.
Okay, great.
I don't know. I don't know. I just hear a lot of women that I know that talk to me and tell me about
free to
the
call
other
in.
women.
Feel free to call in on this one, other women.
Because you know what I'm finna ask you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand why, because I hear it from so many women, why the world of the female is just so
It's competitive.
I mean, that is the craziest thing, and they do deceitful things.
We don't realize.
Look at his eyes get big.
We don't realize
Like,
that we can
what?
all
She said,
win.
what?
We can all win. There's
It's
enough.
wrong.
Right.
This,
It's wrong.
but it's, A,
why?
it's
But
being
It's your fault, men.
Men.
It's all of your
They're
fault.
competitive. It's all men's fault.
That is a woman all day. You see that? You see that?
It's all men's fault.
How it turns out. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. See, now y'all done open up a box.
See,
See,
they're trying to impress.
this is when I need
They're trying to
another man in the
Nope.
studio with me.
Okay,
right across
wait a
from
minute.
me.
Here you go.
Mr. Oliver gonna be quiet. He gonna be quiet.
All right,
'cause
Wardell.
he-
I've
Oh,
got
look,
your back.
oh, look, they done turned it back.
What you mean you got his back?
We're gonna turn it back.
They have completely turned this around.
The fact that you were able to even feel that and see that is evident. It's so real. It's not imaginary. It's real.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Right.
It's because I think that we have been taught that there's not enough room for everyone to be successful in their own lane or create their own lane. We have got to be competitive, and she can't be great. Just like when I came, she said, "That's a nice sweater." You know, that's and I-
Right.
Beautiful.
and I
Yeah.
can compliment her back because you know why? Because I'm secure in mine
Confident.
and you're secure in yours. So you know, watching you shine doesn't take away from my shine.
Right.
But unfortunately.
See, y'all could build a friendship, work
See,
together.
see,
and
yeah,
everything.
Oh, I'm already on it. I'm
All
like,
right,
See, there it is, but unfortunately, we don't think like that. We don't.
Right.
We say, well, you know what? If she gets it, then I'm not going to get it. And so you don't see, like, you don't see, what do you say, Julia Roberts and somebody else in her area
Right.
competing with another.
Right.
I think it's real. It's sometimes it
have
really
to.
has to do with us.
Yes.
You know, us as African American
yourself.
females,
Right.
Latina females. So Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts are not going to be going at it.
Right.
But it's almost like there's only so much of the pie because we're trying to live in this pie that they have given us instead of creating our own. And so with that being said, it's like I got to have this little piece because there's only going to be one role for everything.
do you know, even when we did the cast announcement for the Women on the Rise, we were doing the announcements of just the ladies. So we broke it up into pieces, and then we started going backwards with the name so people wouldn't just figure it out. People were upset
Because they didn't get called.
because
first.
they didn't get called, so they didn't know they made it. And
Right.
then you hear the bickering and people, and I'm
My
like,
story
this
is better
is
than mine.
absolutely amazing. Because I said, at the end, I said, why can't we all win? Why
Right.
can't we all? And see, they didn't know that we put that together for
Right.
everybody to be a part of this
Right.
process.
Right.
And it was just amazing. And I was sitting from the stage watching all of this, and I said, this is unbelievable.
Because people have set the platform that somebody has made us believe or conditioned us to believe that we cannot all win. That you shining means that I'm not going to have that part.
Right.
And it comes back to,
Right.
again, whether it be producing, catering, acting, no matter what it is that they made it believe it can only be one of you in the room.
I tell people all the time because I have other friends who I work with that are event planners. I mean, partnering with people all the time. See, my heart is big, consider myself to be humble, and I want everybody to win. So I like to work with people because I'm excited if you're winning or if you're doing something or, I don't understand it. Yes.
I can
it's like,
compliment
I'm
you, not compete
it's
with
not
you.
a competition because I want everybody to win. I want to be able to applaud your success. I want
Right.
to be there for you
Right.
or, acknowledge,
And
hey,
we're not
you're
looking
great.
at that.
And I had a conversation the other day from the event, and it was like, Miss Kathy, why everybody you do stuff with you think? And I said, that's the best
Right.
form of excellence. It's a
It's different.
compliment.
It's so many different roles. I think if we promoted that more, if we promoted that for. Oh, see, I know that. I knew we were gonna hit. We were gonna hit it.
Somebody calling
Somebody
in.
was like, I feel that. We gonna go ahead, call in, let the caller in.
You're on WCEGWOOD. Wardell speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hola.
How are you?
Good. Who is this?
This is Vanessa. I wanted to tell Kathy she's doing a fabulous job.
I was trying to catch the voice. I was like,
How you doing, Vanessa? Thanks for calling in.
I am fantastic, and thank you. And she has a great platform. I am so blessed to be a part of it.
oh, thank you so
Now,
much.
see,
you.
now, see, that right there means a lot because you do have women that are appreciative of everything that you're doing for them. You're very appreciative, right, Vanessa?
Absolutely, absolutely. She's given me a bigger platform for what I'm already doing. So I definitely thank Kathy for that.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Thank you for
Thank you
calling
for
in,
calling in.
Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You're welcome, Miss Kathy. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Look at that.
Oh,
Kathy, you are just popular.
well, see, these
But you know, there
ladies
are
amazing.
people. So you go back to it again. It goes back to the different lanes here.
Right.
Here in Georgia, there I think I was reading not too long ago, like 5 top industries here.
Right.
So you have agriculture, you have energy, you have film, you have automotive,
Right.
and tourism. And when you think about it, if you think about this, it means all that money can be made in every one of those in every one of those areas. How many of us support each other? Because what I do it well, but I may not do as well as somebody else. And what you do, oh, look, somebody's hitting. There we go.
Kathy is on fire
Go
today.
ahead.
You're on WC. They didn't hung. Okay, they hung up.
So-
Hey, call
so-
back.
Call back. So we have those 5 industries and stuff. Instead of saying, hey, you're a great event planner, Tasha, you're a great marketing person. Why don't we come together? Because we're going to all be able to penetrate each of those markets. I mean, agriculture alone here in Georgia is $70 billion. And we talk about the entertainment industry, it's about 2.7 right now in Georgia. So we're talking about these areas where we're talking billions of dollars. Billions of dollars.
Right here is knowledgeable,
So
isn't
what
it?
I'm saying is that with all those billions of dollars, and we talked about those 5 different areas. Here we got
Okay,
to call it.
we got a
Somebody
caller
call it.
coming back.
Come on in. Speak. Talk.
Hi, you're on WCEGWOOD. Wardell Richardson speaking. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, this is Joe
Hey,
from
Joe.
Accenture Magazine.
Hey, Joe.
Okay, how you doing, Joe?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I just want to call and let you know, Kathy, you 100 with me. You know what I'm
Thanks, Joe. That means a lot.
saying? You're welcome.
You awesome, my dance partner.
All right.
Dance
It
partner.
is, Joe.
Oh, we got another conversation here, Joe. Thanks for bringing up another conversation we got for Kathy here, Joe.
See, they don't know about that.
She said dance partner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We can sit down now. All right?
Thanks
you,
for calling
Joe.
in, Joe.
So Joe put me
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
no problem. Kathy, hey,
Yes.
keep it going.
Thank you,
Don't
darling. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Right.
Fine.
Man, you
Go.
got a fan base for real.
man, I told you there's followers and supporters.
Yes, there
folks
are.
support- And we talk about, so we get back, it's like we can all come together, and if we look at where our areas are at,
Yes.
instead of saying you are my competition because you're another African American female, Latino
Right.
female, and you look
Right.
a certain part, there's enough for all of us to get in the door.
And,
Yeah.
and what's important, 2000, oh goodness, 17, I had my anniversary event. And one of the things when I brought my team together, I wanted them to be a part. And that was the thing. I wanted people to come and see. I had 2 DJs. And I made everybody on my team a part of the event. So if you're a host, because I need everybody to see what this person do. This
Piece
is what
of the
this,
pie.
Yeah,
Everybody can have
because
their own
I
piece.
wanted the world to know if you need something, it's really out here right at Elohim.
Yeah.
You got it all right here. And even with any project that I do, I try to bring the team in. I'm always thinking about who I can bless this way or
Right.
who can benefit from this. So even the callers that's calling in, I mean, that's usually what I do. I'm normally connecting people so we all can win. So
We
I
got
don't
billions to make here.
Yeah, I don't look at
$billion
things-
industries here.
Right.
competition. I'm like, it's just get over it. We all are great. And
In
let's
our
shine.
own lane.
Let's win.
We all have. I always tell people we all have a place.
Correct.
It's never. It's too much. Too many lanes. Too many.
Too much money to get
it's
to.
money everywhere. You know what I mean? You just have to figure out what's your lane. What's your gift? You know, I heard Steve Harvey talk about that before. You know, he said a lot of people talk about passion, but what's your gift?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And most don't know
What their
their
gift
gift.
is. Right. And so, and if you don't know what your gift is, what are you talented at? What is that one thing people say, man, you're awesome at this or you're awesome at that? You know, that could be a gift. That can be used to do something great with.
And you know, people, a lot of times I ask, even when I'm doing events, you know, I'm asking, do you have a theme? Do you have an idea? Or,
Right.
and I have to learn who people are to put their events together because a lot of times, you know, they just don't know.
Right.
So if you don't know on a smaller level, it's hard to figure it out on a bigger level. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what you love or what you like. And I'm normally pulling and I'm researching the person to find out who they are so I can create from that. And, you know, so a lot of people just don't know. They don't know what their gifts are.
Right. And it's really sad because we all have a gift. Like we're not all, we're all here for a reason, you know, and it takes time. Some people don't find their gifts until they're in their 40s or their 50s. You know, they're just floating along with life, living la vida loca. And then they finally hit up on something and say, hey, you know, this is it. That I could do this, you know, and when you're in that place and you don't know where you're going, I know a lot of people, they get frustrated because they feel like they're running to dead ends all the time. But it's not always got to be that way. You know,
You just got to come meet me. See,
Right.
that's why my slogan is
And
we
they-
create awesomeness.
and stay around people
Correct.
who are positive people.
Motivate you.
Yeah, and that right there in itself is the shell of any successful thing that you do. You know, anybody who's negative around me, I don't deal with them at all. Like I cut them off before they can even get started because I don't have time to deal with all that. You know, I wake up in a positive mood. I go to bed in a positive mood, even when I'm not feeling well. You know, I always try to stay positive. On that note, we're going to get ready to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to ask, I'm going to ask both of these ladies a question. And the question will be,
You keep putting us on the hot seat.
oh yeah, you know,
Turn this
I'm
around.
by myself, but I'm ready for him.
As women in this business, in this entertainment business, what was your most challenging moment? Think about it. Don't say it yet. We'll be right back in 10 minutes on WCEGWOOD, the Hollywood of the South. Peace.
Somebody was trying to call in.
Yeah. Let me do it. You wanna talk about it? We gon' talk about it. You wanna talk about it? The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. We can talk about it. The Hollywood of the South. Hollywood. Let me do it. WCEG, Hollywood of the